Everyone, this is Moni Singh, and welcome back to our Teaching STEM podcast and video series. And today I want to continue on the topic of teaching coding. And first of all, I'm remembering of a discussion I was having with a STEM coordinator, and she was telling me, "Hey, we're doing so many different STEM programs with our students, and this year our second grade students, we actually had them make chairs out of newspapers, and it was very fun and engaging project." And then she paused and then she said, "It was fun, but I don't know what learning kids had from that activity, from that project." And this is something I hear time and again from STEM coordinators, from science teachers, from school administrators, district superintendents, that many times we're doing things, we're doing activities, but the clear learning is not really kind of coming out for the kids. Many a times, even teachers don't, fully understand the main concept that needs to be highlighted when we're doing certain activities. So please be cognizant of that. Doing activities just for the sake of keeping it fun and interesting is okay if that's what your goal is, just to make it fun. But in most cases, of course, I mean, we are all educators. We're in the business of creating children who are career and life ready. So getting some learning out of it is going to be very critical. So coming back to the computer coding aspect, last time we talked about code being a set of instructions. And if you think about it, this is the most powerful concept that you can have and you can provide to the children. And the way we do it, and I've been doing it for our students, has been that you showcase to children a set of instructions, and you can do this even without a computer. So imagine that you're coding without a computer. You're doing programming without a computer. Remember, I said that if you are a teacher, you already know how to program because you're programming children. Okay. So we are going to do an activity, and I'm going to show it to you so you can do this. And you don't need computers for this. Basically, remember, code is a set of instructions. So we can do an activity with children, and that's very engaging, where you actually program them and then let them program everybody in the classroom. So, give them an index card and have them write a set of instructions. They don't need to show it to anybody, but they can just write, let's say, three instructions, very clear. So the first instruction might say, clap your hands 3 times. The next instruction might say, jump 2 times, go around in circle 2 times, or walk to your right, walk to your left, and all those things. They can make it as simple as possible, as complicated. We have seen some really interesting instructions as well. And then once you actually have everybody write them down, then depending on the size of the class that you're working with, you can have each one of them be given the opportunity so they could program the entire classroom. And when this given instruction, everybody has to follow. They have to do exactly what the instruction says. Or you can then, pick a few and then have them program the entire class. It's so much fun. Just imagine doing it with your students where, let's say they wrote the instructions. So clap your hands 3 times, jump, right? And then go around. So you can do all those things, and it's just so amazing, so much fun, and doing with all the kids. And you let them know, hey, you just programmed the entire class, right? And it starts to really make that concept alive for kids. Last time I was talking about a recipe, right? A recipe for cooking something. That's also a code. It's a program, because you can use that program and follow along and really create the output, the intended output, as long as you followed it to the T. When you think about instructions, the next element that's also critical is the specificity of those instructions, right? So, for example, um, if I gave an instruction which said clap, and I didn't say how many times, then one student could be clapping 1 time, one may clap for 2 or 3 times, and so it's not specific enough. And now imagine if you give that instruction to a computer has absolutely no idea what to do. How many times do I need to clap, right? So with these instructions, it's very important that when you actually provide this to the students to write down instructions, tell them, be very specific, be specifics, right? So for example, when I said turn around, I didn't say how many times, or sometimes it could be turn around, like, just, is that much? Is that enough? Or do I need to go all the way around? So you have to think because it's garbage in, garbage out. This was something we've always heard in our computer classes. If you feed in incorrect or inaccurate information, that's what you're going to get from the computer, because computer is not thinking. At least in the basic programming, we're not the computer is not really thinking, unless you go to the more advanced, where there's advanced artificial intelligence, where you start getting into the computer's thinking a little bit, right? But in the basic foundational programming, it's really about what you gave, and very specific instructions is what the computer is going to execute. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this, and definitely try this activity. It's really super fun to do with children, and they all become part of learning how to code and program the entire classroom. Take care, everyone. Bye now.